Hello, this is Braden. This is gonna be my second post for the discussion. I want to just talk about the end of the book, um, about the death from page 246 to 255, pretty much the end, and it's related to the first one I want to talk about is the obituary note declaring the death of Franz Karl Krug. Um, I kind of discussed this in the post, but I kind of want to explain. The other day, Dr. King saw a response I had to this certain obituary, and I just want to line on that, repeat what I said, and kind of extend on it. Um, my family has been keeping track of our past for many, many years now. And, one thing we do keep track of is like obituaries, information. We try to keep track. My grandmother, she kind of went back she went back a ways in our lineage. So that now we can track it down quite a bit. We have all these news articles, all this firsthand information, and this book, is full of it, and including this obituary, which is one of those. It's weird that obituary can be like the closest thing you have to the proof that someone was there. I can remember helping my grandmother track down relatives that had passed. There's a website called Find Grave. It's like Find Headstone or FindGraveyard.com, and we would utilize it all the time because that was sometimes the sole resource for finding people. And in times of war, in times of famine, in times of genocide, that stuff is lost. Luckily for, um, luckily in this case, her family served on the, or unluckily, her family served on the German side, and they were very meticulous with their records. But it kind of makes me reflect on um, how the many people who were killed by the Germans themselves, that's where the family ended, and there's no proof that they were even there. You could do genealogy records, and you probably never even find them because they never truly existed. They never had a chance to make their impact on the world, and for the most part, or if they did make any impact, it was taken away by the Germans. And the final page I kind of want to discuss was page 255. What would happen? Who would we be as a family if the war had never happened? And the she goes into how if the war never happened, it her family they could have had, like, she talks about and as the wine from the grapes of the family graveyard flows from my mouth into my stomach, I know that each step leads me closer to my uncle. Each new world that's added to my family narrative entangles me, that I am irrevocably entwined with people and places, with stories and with histories. If the war never occurred, her family could um, be completely different. My great grandfather served in World War II on the American side, and I always kind of think back to. I don't know for a fact, but though I know the war changed him because from what I can take from my grandparents, he was a very different man before everything occurred, and he refused to ever talk about what went on during the war. For why, I do not know. Likely just not want to think about it. And even when you don't experience loss in a war and a conflict and a horrible event, you're still affected by it. Sometimes I wonder. I had, I've had, film. It's like when something occurs, what would be the difference that we would live if it never occurred? If people hadn't gone to war, hadn't gone overseas and died a seemingly fruitless death. I've lost, I've lost a lot of family to war and conflicts, and I kind of think about if I'd never lost them, I kind of wish I could have met them, shaken their hand, and just wonder what would life be like. Thank you for listening to my responses. Have a great night.